of the map that is Belshir Vestige. We have the blue Protoss player. From Fnatic, it is Harstem. And his opponent in the northwest, spawning as the red Zerg player. From Team Evil Geniuses, it is Jaedong. Yes, came in on a Silver League account for Europe. MMR to K, man. That stuff will mess you up. Harstem needs a pause. Hopefully everything's okay. This is the first match, the first map of the first match for Group B here at the Millennium Numerical Cup. And pretty much whoever wins this match goes to the winner's match. And then we see them play against the winner of the next match. The next best of 3 after this one that I know a lot of people wanted to see. The order was given to me in the opposite order of matches. But the next match will be Stefano versus 4GG. Classic rematch from the WCS Europe. I think it was round of 8. But anyway, looking at this game, Jaedong looks like he wants to go hatch first. Harstem, gateway opening. Had a chance to actually talk to Harstem a lot lately. If you guys tuned in to the Acer Team Story Cup finals, Harstem was there. I did some commentary with him. And Harstem actually is really cool. This guy plays all the time. I think after the event was over, the people were basically like getting ready to go drinking or go out and hang out, party or whatever. And Harstem just went and played StarCraft. Like he plays a lot, he practices a lot, and I know this match would mean a lot to him if he could win it. So he's got the odds stacked up against him as Jaedong's going to double hatch before pool. Super greedy play. As his Overlord comes in and he sees, okay, no Nexus yet, but no Forge with a pylon out there. This is probably, I don't know. I don't know if he can make a complete read on it yet. If it was Nexus first, it would already be in. So it probably has to be Gateway Expand from his perspective. Sometimes in-base Forge happens. That's the only reason why I wouldn't say that he knows for a fact, because there are people that will in-base Forge in certain situations. But it's all good. So the hatcheries are starting to wrap on up. We have Warp Gate on the way for Harstem. Chrono boosting that quite hard. First Zealot is out as well. And he doesn't, not scouting at all kind of puts him in a weird spot. Double hatchery before spawning pool versus somebody that gateway expands is so good. And it's like, I don't know. It's mostly because you can't cannon rush, so you don't have any fear of that. And most people aren't going to blindly do something like a 4 gateway rush, which I guess is one way of dealing with a double hatchery before spawning pool. But there's the second gateway on the production tab. We can see Mothership Core is out. Jaedong's got his gas. And he's got 6 slings on the way. So I assume he's going to check around for proxy pylons. The first thing you'd want to do is make sure that there's nothing weird going on. And he's checking the normal locations for proxies on this map as Harstem moves up to 4 gateways. He's sending out a probe. He's actually only got 1 gas. And I think Jaedong, seeing that there's only 1 gas in the main base of Harstem, is going to tell him that, well, Harstem wants to commit really, really big. And these Zerglings, oh, did they see that probe? He managed to sneak on through. That's actually really nice for Harstem. He needs that pylon pretty badly. I think he might just try to attack. He might just try to attack and or kill him with these 4 gateways and just do a lot of chrono boosting. He has, yeah, the thing is his gas income is just so small. This is just going to be straight up 2 base 4 gateway attack. Yeah, here come the Zealots. So, typically speaking, it seems to be of popular opinion that you want to wait for about 6 or so Zealots. You do not want to just attack with like 3 or 4. You want to wait for like 2 or so warp-in rounds. We see that Jaedong wants to do an attack of sorts. There's a sentry here to watch this, though. Speed's coming close to finishing, but there's not as many units back home to defend because of this. Jaedong's trying to defend while attacking. And here comes that huge 12 Zealots. Like I said, he's about 6, 7 moving in now. On top of the screen, there are spine crawlers as well, but Zealots can I guess it depends when the Zerglings come. He might need a Time Warp to buy the Zealots time. But he will get the Spine before the Zerglings actually get in here. And look at this positioning! These Zerglings for Jaedong actually having a bit of trouble getting on top of those Zealots. Just now being able to really grab them. Does pull back the force field, keeping these Zerglings away. As those Zerglings do try to force their entry into the natural of Harstem. So he's forced back. He's got to take some more gas. Especially since he's lost that pylon. Jaedong actually just has a ton of Zerglings on the map. 40 right now. And he's just going to go straight into Jones behind it. And these Zerglings will try to do everything possible to just... I'm assuming he wants to just break open the door and maybe even just kill him. Which feels really weird to say. But it might actually end up happening. He's got this gateway so low. Another sentry. Worst comes to worst. If it actually starts to die, you can always just force field. But, yeah. Very close to killing it, but not quite worth losing all of the Zerglings for as Jaedong continues to take more gas geysers. So Harstem's 2-base attack, not quite successful, but he has the robotics facility up. An Immortal, the next phase of this attack. And this is kind of interesting to see from Harstem, because typically speaking, as a Zerg player, you want to have as much economy as possible before you need to start defending. But as a Protoss, you want to force them to spend their economy rather on defense, so that when you go for the later attack, it's more likely to work. So we see Harstem adding on 3 more gateways. This is going to be a 7-gate with 2 Immortals. And I can't really blame Harstem. You're up against Jaedong. Trying to play a straight-up macro game is just... I mean, it's really tough. He's trying to... It seems like he's just trying to play this very aggressive style. But I still think he's got a shot, because the worker count for a while was still pretty damn even. And he's had a lot of minerals to mine. So this will all come down to the control from Harstem. And probably Jaedong, how fast he realizes this is coming. This Zergling definitely sees all of this. He knows. Jaedong knows it's coming. I'd love to see some spines, but I don't think they'd finish in time. Hallucinated Phoenix Scout will see everything else. We're about to have roaches on the map. Roach speed starts up. 7-9 roaches. And Zergling counterattack at the same time is actually not going to do anything at all. Jaedong not able to break that defense. That's actually really, really nice. A lot of Zerglings just kind of thrown away for Jaedong. Proxy pylons being laid. A warp prism is also traversing across the map. So Harstem actually has a pretty strong army. He needs perfect force fields to make this work, though. It certainly seems possible. 2 Immortals. Doesn't have that many roaches. Just 16. He's going to move up to like 20 or something very soon, though. So it all comes down to how long Harstem's willing to wait before he actually commits with this attack. And here he comes. The roaches. Sorry, he's going to counter with the roaches. That's pretty ballsy. Queen gets taken out. And Jaedong's 3rd base is getting attacked. I think he's just going to give up the 3rd base. I'm surprised he's leaving all the drones here. Killing these would actually be a huge reward if he gets them. He's actually going to let a lot of the drones just leave. Huh. Well, that definitely works out for him. So Roach is looking for pylons. Roach is going for the counter. There's only just... there's actually not really much at all here. His force fields actually prevent himself from advancing forward. And he's just going to recall. He recalls half his army. He knows the other half can kill this many roaches. Well, can it? With good force fields, I think so. So this army will be able to defend. And this is actually a really nice play from Harstem. There are the force fields. The roaches are trying to get on top of this. He does need to watch out. The Immortal is still barely outside the range of some of them. Great pickup with the Warp Prism, just trying to keep it alive as much as possible. This is actually what Harstem needs. He's killed it off the army that's attacking him. He just needs to keep this Immortal alive, continuing to just pick it up and drop it. Keep using the force fields to keep his opponent away. He's losing a lot of his sentries, though, and this is where this game starts to get a little bit more difficult for him to win. As these roach swells just overwhelm everything that he's got, and will be forced to retreat. Does still have that Warp Prism holding the Immortal. He's managed to actually escape with the rest of his forces. He was going to attack, but changed his mind. And this is actually really weird. The Immortals just come do some drop harass. Not something you normally see in a game of StarCraft 2, but I mean, I guess it's whatever, really. Harstem, by keeping Jaedong on 2 bases, is actually still in a good spot. I feel. I don't think he's completely dead yet. Splitting off the army like that was pretty gutsy. He definitely did a good job of defending. Oh, he actually just killed one of his own units to start. I think he just killed some of his own units to warp in that probe. It's actually to warp in that Immortal. But kill some roaches. That's actually really nice. Just drop, kill a roach, pick up, drop, kill a roach. He's taking everything that he can. And I think, oh, does he see this drone? He might be able to deny this base. That would be really nice. Jaedong's got the drone there. He's trying to hide. But War Prisms move pretty damn fast. This drone is just running for its life. It's actually hilarious. Infestation Pit's on the way, though. And with the setup that Jaedong has, he doesn't even have a Hydralisk Den. That's the only thing that's weird about this. But with the setup he has, he's not bad off, tech-wise. The thing is, most of Jaedong's supply is in roaches. And Harstem has 3 immortals, so these guys can one-shot roaches, basically. And as this third base is just finished, I think Harstem, if he goes all in right now, this is going to be the best chance he has. He's down significantly in supply, but lest I remind you, immortals, immortals, immortals. His wall will be broken. There are a couple units here that could actually be a threat to this. Photon Cannon is here as well, but the roach is giving chase. What? This immortal? Oh god, that was... Immortals need to stick together. Need to be friends. And now Harstem's getting ready for what could be the big crunch. The roaches are trying to approach from 2 directions. Good couple force fields blocking these ones out as Harstem continues to advance north. Does need to be careful. If he could catch one of these groups of roaches by itself, that'd be really big. His proxy pylon building probe is also destroyed. There's so many immortals. There's time up on some of them. He's got 4 immortals. Oh no, these roaches are getting on top of absolutely everything. This is becoming more and more difficult for Harstem. 1 immortal is taken down. There's still just 3 left. A second immortal is killed. Harstem cannot afford to lose these units. And I think this move out by Harstem is where he loses this game. GG, Jaedong takes the first map in this best of 3.